Hello, everybody, and welcome to our final session of today's Training Industry Learning Tech Showcase, AI in Training, sponsored by ELB Learning, GP Strategies, Is Easy, Lemonade LXP, and Litmos. So I am Liz Spate, the Events Marketing Specialist here at Training Industry, and I'm thrilled to have you with us here today. Before we get started, I would like to quickly go over a few housekeeping items to help you interact with our speaker and get the most out of today's program. So throughout today's event, please feel free to use that chat window for any comments, but please submit all those questions in the Q&A panel. All of our questions will be addressed at the end of the program during our Q&A section. And at your end of your time here with us, you will notice that short evaluation survey. We appreciate your thoughts on today's event, and all of our sessions are being recorded and archived on trainingindustry.com, and you'll receive a follow-up email from us to the link to the on-demand sessions. If this is your first Training Industry event, we would love to welcome you. We exist to make connections among learning and development professionals. We offer tons of resources to support your role in L&D, like live events like today's Learning Tech Showcase, as well as through articles on our website, our magazine, conferences, research reports, membership, and our podcast. We would also love to hear about what you've learned from today's session on social media, so please follow us on your favorite platforms and let's continue the conversation. And without further ado, it is my pleasure to introduce you to our speaker. Ana Apostol is the Inside Sales Manager at Is Easy. And with that, take it away, Ana.
Good morning, everyone. Is Ana Apostol here. Thank you so much for the introduction, Liz. I'll be delighted to present today how we can overcome e-learning creation bottlenecks. So if you're either a learning and development lead, maybe you're an instructional designer, training manager working in the e-learning sector, well, this session is for you. So we're trying today to unlock how, or different ways, let's say, powered by AI, to work smarter and not harder. Now, let's have a look at the problem, right? So we got this promise of AI-powered learning that's supposed to make our life easier. But I'm pretty sure, and I'm empathizing with you all, that you probably feel like stuck in the slow lane. And maybe you think it's time to rethink content creation. Now, you all know that usually when you develop e-learning content, you have to face tight deadlines, limited resources, design bottlenecks. Also, since you're, collaborating with several teams, maybe different areas, different departments, even outside members of your company, where you have to really, collaborate to see if the content has been generated in a way that everyone agrees and follows some guidelines that are being, set up previously. Now, this is really slow, it's manual, it's unsustainable, and probably you all know better than me, this results into burnout, backlogs, missed opportunities, and missed deadlines. So we want to present today a way to go from the idea of engaging content in minutes rather than months, right? So if you need to trust on a strategic partner to build smarter, faster, more scalable learning experiences, again, this session is for you. So what would the solution look like? We're presenting today a power team, right? So Is Easy Order enriched by AI. With this type of solution, you can build smarter learning, instantly scalable, and really meet your deadlines. Now, you can speed up without burnout. You can go as fast as you wish. You can generate videos, voiceovers, images, interactive elements in general, instantly, right? With a click of a button. So this is gonna give you that speed that you need when you're creating e-learning content. And in this way, you can create your own, on top of all of that, have a catalog of avatars, exercises, games, all of this with beautiful layouts as well. Now, with Easy Order, you can now reach globally all of your audiences with zero effort, because you can auto-translate content with solutions that are really specific for this type of services, like Microsoft Azure Cognitive Neural Intelligence, which is capable to basically generate translations that are really accurate. I really feel your pain there. If you ever had to translate an e-learning content, you probably know that it's not only about translating, it's about localizing content and adapting the full content to different languages, different cultures. You can also generate subtitles, voiceover, so that you can really reach your global audience in case you need to do that. And what about those contents that you've built already, and they might be in a format which is PowerPoint presentations, and now what do you do with them? Well, you can now, with Easy Author, import them into the tool and convert them into, I like to say, gold, because now you can reuse all of that material and enrich it with AI-powered multimedia resources like video, audios, voiceovers. But on top of that, you can generate games and exercises, add a final test, and then export that as a SCORM file, like a properly made e-learning course to be uploaded to an LMS. And what about the time when you have to collaborate with some other stakeholders? Maybe you need to collaborate with subject matter experts within the company. Or maybe you need to send it to one of your customers. Maybe you're a freelancer that's building content for your customers. Well, in that case, how do you actually manage the review process? Well, I know from what our customers are telling us that some of these, let's say, solutions when it comes to review, they're either really clunky or they don't work fully. Well, with Easy Order, you can now not only share a review link that actually works, but it works like a real-time chat comment, right? So you can really collaborate with other users that don't have an account within the tool and have like a real-time conversation. So basically, with Easy Order, you can create once, scale everywhere, save time, and of course, most importantly, wow learners, because obviously we need them engaged. Now, so let's have a look at the tool in action. So I don't know if you've met or known Easy Order before, but I'll give you a brief introduction. This is a fully cloud-based solution. There's no need to install anything into your computer. So as you can see, I'm just going through the website and using my credentials, click on my login button on the website, and I'm already within my account. Okay, so what do we see here? Oh, sorry. There we go. Sorry about that. Great. Now I've logged into my account as an account owner, and I can have several collaborators working with me and different environments. As you can see, my environments, they may have different company names. They're just examples, or they could be even a person's name, because these environments, what they'll do afterwards is that they will help me restrict or give access to different users and collaborators. By just going to the settings button, I can see exactly who's got access out of my collaborators, and by ticking and unticking a box, I can give or take away access. That's how easy it is. Now, if you want to create a new content, just select one of these environments. You will see that I've got already a lot of new projects that I've been working on. and I've got a search bar to help me easily navigate through this content. I can, create different folders and subfolders, and then I can go ahead and create a new project even from scratch or by uploading a PowerPoint document. So as you can see here, I've already uploaded my own presentation from today, which we're going to see now in a second. However, for today's demonstration, we are going to do a project from scratch. So you can pick from different formats, either express type of course or classic. On the express format, you will be building, let's say, short pieces of content up to 20 slides, vertical navigation. On the more extensive or classic format, you'll be able to build, really extensive content. On top of that, you can choose a template, which can be either a corporate one or generic. Now, what's the difference? Well, the corporate ones are built on demand or built specifically with your branding, with your colors, with the logos, fonts, and the type of slides that you're most likely to be using within the content creation. You can build as many templates as you wish, share them internally so that everyone can follow those branding guidelines. Now, if you don't want to do that, you can easily use the 16 different templates that are built based on different topics and which you can still customize. So if I go with the one that says Fluor, I can easily change colors from pre-designed palettes of colors. But of course, I can then personalize the full palette of color by adding hex codes. So either by adding hex codes, if I don't know, I'm pretty sure you will know the hex codes. But if you don't know, you can also use the finder and choose different colors. So that's how easy it is, really. So once I'm happy with the template or the colors, I'm ready to start building content. I'm just going to use a title, induction, which is quite generic. Imagine you're building an onboarding for a company, and we're building a structure. We can add, we can name these chapters in sections, index, presentation. So if you're building maybe an onboarding, then you can add, I don't know, history of the company or background or mission, values, and so on. Now, if you change your mind later on, you can easily drag and drop and reorder these chapters in sections, which are going to get numbered automatically for you. Now I'm going to delete this one. And by the end of it, you can add optionally a final test, which we're going to see now in a second. Let's build a few slides just to see how it's going to look like. As you can see, this is a really guided experience. It's helping me to navigate through the tool. And when I click on the plus, what I'm doing is that I am opening that initial template with pre-designed slides, and I can pick from different categories: titles, index, text, multimedia, steps, profiles, whatever that may be. So I'm just going to go ahead and add a few slides just to see how we can basically start from pre-designed content in a way that's going to allow us to really focus on what matters, which is the content itself rather than the design. So this is the whole point of the pre-designed template, right? So it's helping you follow the guidelines, build from pre-designed content and adjust according to your needs. In this way, you're really going to go fast on content creation. But now we're going to add on top of what already is really efficient and easy to use, another layer, and that's going to be the AI, right? So with the AI, we can really go, at the speed of the light. That's how I like to say. But no, seriously, we can really automate content creation. So, okay, so we've selected their game exercises. As you can see here, there's different type of games and exercises we can pick from. ABC, sort, fill the blanks, match, arrange. In terms of games, alphabet, trivia, swipe, memory, words. Then you can build simulations, all type of infographics, percentages, video, audio, hotspots, links, and so on. Okay, so if we go to the preview, this is how the content it's gonna look like. So something really interesting with Easy Order, it's the fact that you will be working on a tool that offers you what you see is what you get type of editor, meaning that you are going to visualize the content in the exact same way as your learner are going to visualize it. So this is an interactive video that has been uploaded as an MP4 file, and then we've added a cover, interactions like information windows and quizzes, all type of graphics and infographics, where you can basically showcase information in a way that's really clickable and interactive. Exercises like arrange. Again, more infographics. Swipe, this time a game. All of this content is going to be fully responsive, so you don't need to worry about that. At the top, we have the preview for all of the gadgets and screen. Okay, so now we've seen how you can basically select different pre-designed slides and you can go ahead and edit. But what if you want to build from scratch? Well, that's no problem. We can select a blank slide. And now imagine you want to enrich this content with different elements. I like to pick a slide with 3 cells because in this case, I will be adding 3 elements and I want to make sure that I've got at least 3 cells available. So I'm going to go ahead with first element. We're going to go with a video. In the case of the video, it could be a file that I have pre-recorded previously. I could record directly within Easy Order, or I could generate an AI video, which I'm going to do now. So when I do an AI video, I could select from different styles. So I've got a catalog with different avatar styles, to genders. We have customers that they go, a step further and they like to have their own avatars with their own uniform, maybe particular appearance. So that could be done as well on demand. However, let's do any of these avatars. So let's do a comic style, and then we can add a text to be narrated. But what if you want to narrate yourself and then have one of these avatars mimic your speech? Well, you can now do that as well. So basically, you can either add a text and choose one of these voices, which you can test out before adding them, or you can upload an MP3 file that you may have recorded on your mobile phone or any other gadget that you may decide. So for the sake of the demo, I'm going to be doing today a text. We can select different languages, different accents. Well, let's go with the US accent. And I can test out the voices.
Get crafty with a guide to creative
Feel the zest of the tropics. Mix pineapple juice.
I'll go with Emma, and I can also select a mood. And now you can see how my AI assistant is working in the background for me. So what can I do now? Well, I can go and do my next element, right? Further than that, while this is being generated, I can add a cover for my video, a title. I can play around with the controls. And once the video has been generated, I could then generate a VTT style translation, or not translation, sorry, subtitle, which I can then translate for sure. Great, let's move on to the next element. So over here, we can generate any of these exercises. All of them can be automated with AI. So ABC, sort, fill the blanks, match, arrange, or chat. Alphabet in terms of games, swipe, trivia, memory, or words. let's go ahead with an ABC exercise. Again, I could easily configure this exercise manually, which is already super efficient and fast. So maybe I can do it in 5 minutes, 10 minutes. But again, I can go really fast and I can automate it. Now, what's going to do the AI over here? Basically, what it does is that it's going to allow me to select which content from these previous slides I've added to the e-learning course to pull, and with that content will generate the exercises. So isn't that great? Basically, it's using everything I've been adding so far to the course to create exercises. And I have the opportunity to actually select which type of content do I want to include, right, into different exercises. Now, as you can see, this exercise has been already generated for me. The only thing I would need to do is add a cover. So I like to add images, right? In this case, when I'm adding images, I've got 3 options. I could either add my own images if I've got a catalog of corporate images that I like to use, stock of images, which is Unsplash. Probably most of you know this one. It's millions of professional pictures, which you can use, but you can now generate your own images. So let's risk it a little bit. I'm going to select a stock photo. I'm going to add a prompt. Let's see what it comes up with. So we can choose different ratios. There's magic improvement for the prompt, because as you may know, the AI works, the way it works better is when you communicate clearly with the AI. And I'm going to generate the image. Now it's going to give me 4 options. And with these 4 options, I can further adjust, further edit, and keep the one that, works best for me. So I should have been a little bit more specific. I should have said online webinar, because it's now doing it like a live session. But anyway, that's my image there. You can see it's hyper realistic. I could further edit this image. And yeah, we're good to go. Let's go. By the way, once you generate all of these elements with AI, you can make adjustments, as many as you need on top of that. So the next element that I'm going to build this time, it's going to be a chat element. This is a super cool exercise, because basically what it does is that it's simulating a conversation like on WhatsApp or Messenger between different people. And basically it can throw in suddenly a quiz, a voice note, a video, any type of documents like a PowerPoint, or you can upload these documents as well. So it's going to really look like a Messenger conversation or WhatsApp. Now that's been done for me there, as you can see. Again, the only thing I need to do is to add a cover image. So I'm going to do a stock image this time. There we go. Of course, I can make any adjustments once the chat has been generated, or any of the elements that we're generating with AI could be adjusted. So look at all of these interactions that it has created for me. So what I like to do is to add some images for my avatars. So this is Alice. And then I've got Bob. Great. So moving on, I like to play around with the margins of the cells. I like to add maybe a gradient color in the background. And we can also add like a presenter. By the way, this presenter could be in the format of a voiceover, or it could be even like a video. And if you want to add like a video presenter, again, you will always have these options: file, recording, AI video, upload, and then you can also select a style agent, generate VTT subtitles. Okay, let's do a text to speech. Again, we can add
Feel the zest of the.
different voices.
I understand.
Okay.
Perfect. There we go. So the AI is working in the background for me. That's already been done there. How fast. Great. Let's have a look at how our slide is looking like.
Thank you for being here today attending the webinar. Hello, this is a test. Thank you for attending this webinar.
We have our ABC exercise. Of course, we can go ahead and add some images if we like to, or make any adjustments in case we want to, I don't know, make any changes. But basically, this pulled all the information that I've added so far as an example on the course, and it has created the exercise. And now let's have a look at the chat exercise. Yeah, so this is quite long. You can see there are some quizzes that I could throw in, adjust. Well, the AI does it for you. It's really, really visual and interactive. This could be a simulation of a conversation in case you want to do like a role play maybe, and use that within your courses. Okay, so I'm gonna stop that there, close the preview, and we're gonna have a look at what else can we automate with AI. Now, the final test. If I go edit, it's super easy to edit all the final tests. You can set up, passing mark, introductory text, number of attempts, show or hide evaluation review, add a cover. Everything's super easy. And then when it comes to random questions, again, you can add them manually, but you can basically automate this with AI. So all you need to do is select which content do you want to include within this final test and select the number of questions, add with AI. Now, my assistant is working in the background. This is amazing, right? How fast am I going? Now you can add your feedback for passing and failing. And if I go back now, the final test has already been generated. Think about, you build your course. The next step would be to translate. We're going to go to advanced options, translate with AI. You can select different languages over here. Let's do, I don't know, any of these. Danish, request translation. Now this is going to generate a copy of the course in Danish with all the interactive elements. Everything is going to be translated in a really accurate way. So I'm going to go back while that copy is being generated for me. Now I need to send this course for somebody to review it. So I'm going to share the review link. This is really easy to do. All I need to do is basically activate the link and send that link to a collaborator. Now, unfortunately, I cannot be in two places at the same time, but I do have an alter ego that I'd like to use. From time to time, I call myself Victor. Now, imagine I'm Victor. I'm the person that reviews this content, and I don't like this cover. I'm quite strict and critical, right? Now you have to believe me or take my word that this is basically a real-time conversation. You can see now I've got that red dot, which means that I've got a new comment, and that's Victor there. And if I get back to Victor, there we go. So if I go back to here, you can see this is a real-time conversation. Yeah. So how cool is that? You can really easily collaborate with several collaborators, different stakeholders, subject matter experts. You can reach all of your audiences globally in all the languages. And if I go back, you can see my copy of the course in Danish has been generated. Unfortunately, I don't speak Danish. If there's somebody in the audience speaking Danish and can review this for us, just to let us know if it's actually Danish. Anyway, so once we build the courses, the only step left would be to distribute, right? So we can go to LMS, SCORM 1.2, 2014 can X API, and that's our job done. Well, that was it from my side for the demo. I think we're running out of time nearly. I don't know if there's any questions from the audience.
We'll take one question. I know we're, to your point, we have about 1 more minute, so we'll go with one question. And this really great question was, what sets Is Easy Author apart from other authoring tools on the market?
Yes. So first things first, it's within our logo. We as a company, we like to make e-learning easy. So for that, with Easy Author, basically everyone can start building content. No need to have previous expertise, no need to be an instructional designer, and no need for a learning curve. So you can right away start building content that's highly interactive, visual, dynamic, that will really engage your audience, and it has a look that's really fresh and gamified. And again, no need to do HTML coding, none of that. So we're trying to basically empower everyone to build content that really sticks and it's fun and visual at the same time. So yeah, that's as well as, you know, you can then collaborate with several people within the company at the same time. You can send links for review that actually work. And again, it's like a real-time conversation. We support a lot of interactive elements, games, and rotating licenses, for example, super flexible, yeah, and so on.
Fabulous. Well, this was amazing. Great demo. I loved how easy it was. It's so true to your logo. It was truly easy. So thank you so much for walking us through that. For all the other questions that we didn't get to, the Is Easy team will be reaching out to you shortly to be addressing those. So don't wait too long. But thank you so much, Ana. I'm going to close this off, but thank you.
Thank you, everyone.
Yes. And so for everyone else who is still on the call with us, thank you. Thank you for sticking with us to 5 sessions of all of our dynamic speakers and, you know, our amazing sponsors, ELB Learning, GP Strategies, Is Easy, Lemonade LXP, and Litmos. Additionally, all of today's events are pre-qualified for a credit hour by SHRM, HRCI, ISPI, and CPTM. Send an email to me or anybody on the TI team and we will send you those codes. Additionally, I would love to meet you all here in Raleigh, North Carolina for our 2025 Training Conference and Expo. I'll be at the registration booth. I hope to see you all there. And if you don't know what TICE is, it's that we're learning leaders like you gathered to forge new professional connections, learn from each other, and address your most pressing learning challenges. So that is next month, so you can learn more at TICE2025.com. Additionally, optimize your organization's learning technology lifecycle for lasting business impact, so you can gain an in-depth understanding of how to select, purchase, implement, maintain, and retire learning technologies with a Managing Learning Technology certificate. And lastly, that survey will pop open in another tab in your browser, and we would greatly welcome your feedback on all things. Thank you all for joining us again. And until next time, I am Liz. I hope you have a great day and a wonderful week, and I hope to see you all soon. Bye.